Hello, everybody. Daniel Johnson from the VENZA Dutch office, welcoming you to another reaction video. Joining me, as always, from the U.S. office, Sean Shields. Say hello to the people, Sean. There he is. Yeah. So this is a special CyberHITEC special edition. We've got the VIPs from HFTP here to give us their raw reaction to some industry news. But before we get to it, let's let them introduce themselves. Why don't we start with you, Carl? We'll go east to west. So, Carl, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Thank you, Daniel. Well, I am Chief Operations Officer for Europe for HFTP, so I represent all their activities in Europe and run the HFTP Europe Hangouts every other Wednesday. And I was born in a hotel many, many years ago.
Yes, he was. So fantastic. I wasn't there, but I believe him. He's never steered me wrong. And I've heard that story before. So yeah. Glad to have you, Carl. Bryan, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bryan Wood, Chief Learning and Events Officer for HFTP. I oversee all of HFTP's meetings and events, including CyberHITEC happening next week. Hope you can attend.
Yes. Make sure you you get registered and even attend the VENZA after parties.
That's true, yes.
Lots of fun to be had. Lots of great industry people to be interacting with. So, all right. So this is how this works. Sean's going to put an article in front of you guys, and we are going to get your raw reaction. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Shields. All right. It's from our friends over at eHotelier, their eInsights magazine. Love their content. Always a lot of great content. And so this is an article of 10 new creative room types to boost revenue. So in the midst of this pandemic, how can we get people to come to these to hotels? So just running through them very quickly. Number one, work lounges, remote classrooms, seasonal experiences, art galleries, multimedia shoots, gamer hideouts, rave caves, pamper rooms, get your own spa day, personal gyms, and movie nights. So these are ideas that hotels can take forth to try to get people to come to have a special experience in as they social distance, but do it in a hotel. So we're all looking for creative ways of bringing the guest back to the hotel. My question to you guys is, any one of these or two that kind of spring to mind, like that's really creative, and anything that you have also thought about that maybe he didn't make the list, but anything that you're seeing that kind of pops out and he says makes you think, well, that's thinking outside the box. Anything that strikes you. Let's start with you, Carl. Put you on the spot.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I think there's a couple there. One I've heard of, I'm not sure if it's the gamer hideouts, but one in the UK, we call them escape rooms. There was a thing called on the TV called Crystal Maze, and it was problem solving, going into 2 lockdown rooms and having to solve all these clues to get out, normally in an industrial complex of some kind where I've been to them. And I'm aware of some hotels putting 2 or 3 of their rooms together so these escape room concepts can be built within them. So that generates all kinds of stuff, all kinds of customers coming in and going through that. I think the whole idea of offices. Back in the day when I was a financial controller in some big hotels in the UK in Birmingham, we let out some of our hotel rooms as offices, and we were right next door to a TV production or a major TV channel, and they used our rooms as offices, and there was some very creative stuff came out of them. And I think hotels creating offices away from home so that people who don't want to work from home all the time want to get out every now and then, turning hotel rooms into offices, I think is a very innovative one. And making rooms available in all kinds of ways. is very interesting. And also the one that isn't up there is making maybe some of their function space available and restaurants available for maybe non-hotel food and beverage operators who know how to brand and create, food and beverage offerings. I think there's a lot of creativity coming out in the industry now that perhaps had sunk away a little bit because the industry was doing what it had always done. But I think creativity is coming to the fore now, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Very cool. I think with the there's the creative out of the box idea from Carl Weldon with regards to the escape room. That's not on the list. I think the gaming hideout is for gamers who want to have room service and they just want to do a binge gaming experience. It's not something I'm particularly into, but it's a huge industry, and having a chance to get out of mom and dad's house to go and having a gaming what would you call it, adventure or whatever. I'm showing my age, but I think that's an interesting idea too. Bryan,
I would love to get out of mom and dad's house and do that. That sounds good to me. So
judging by the state of your chair when you went out the room earlier, you use that chair a lot for gaming, Sean.
I'm not going to tell you where I got this chair.
Bryan, what are your thoughts? Anything that strikes you as particularly creative or maybe missing? Yeah.
Well, no, I think looking at these solutions that have come up with this, just like HFTP, it looks like hotels are trying to pivot to try to create new channels, new revenue possibilities. So movie night seems really interesting. To sort of counterpoint to what Carl said about the work from a hotel space. We're seeing a lot of hotels here in the United States that are starting to offer like stay and play, stay and work type scenarios where come to our hotel, work during the day from your hotel room, but then go and experience the city at night. So they're trying to be creative and create these new channels to in this time just to pivot. Pivot's a key word right now, and you can see from this list there's a lot of good pivot opportunities here.
Yeah, we had a conversation a few weeks ago on another reaction video about the BOGO programs like buy one get one, or go for a weekend and then get another get a Monday or something and work from the hotel. You get another night at no cost. I think the movie. I'm with you. This movie.
Daniel. Called a workcation.
Yeah, workation. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for digital nomads. The movie night thing actually struck me from that article because they were saying, putting up screens at pools so people can be outdoors, social distance. So it's a drive-in type of thing at the pool. I think that would be fantastic.
Only in America where they've got the like Texas where they've got the climate. Won't happen over here in the UK and Europe in winter, will it?
No, not in the Netherlands, not right now for sure. Yeah. But I think it's a really clever idea, and I love the creative minds at work to show off these wonderful hotels around the world. Well, thank you, guys. Anything before we part from you, Sean? Any words of parting wisdom?
Well, I think Carl's idea, with the food, I think if you have a local brewery, if you have a local winery, if you have any local attractions, rather than the person going out into the town and going there, maybe you invite them in, you do a different, thing. You don't charge, let them sell whatever they need to sell in your space, but you're providing that experience for the guest. So just creating those rarefied environments, that make it special, and they don't have to go anywhere. So even a little bit of research beforehand, if you're gonna do video games, maybe you rent a bunch of stand-ups that somebody's not gonna have a PS5 or a PS4 or whatever, in their house. It's maybe it's movies that are old. And you're going to screen, maybe you're actually going to get a film projector. Maybe you're going to set something up where it's like a boutique theater, you know, an old theater in your town. I don't know, rent a pipe organ and get that crazy weird dude to come in there and start playing stuff between. These are, you know, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
Great idea. That's a great idea. I love it.
I tell you what, I was at a Star Wars premiere premiere in London in December, and guess what? Right before the film started, up came the guy on the organ playing the music, playing the Star Wars music just before the film started. It was awesome.
There you go.
Do you, Carl? Do you remember in the '90s when The Exorcist it had been banned in the '70s,
yeah,
and then they lifted the ban on The Exorcist, and so then you had all these small art cinemas.
Yeah.
They started showing The Exorcist, and so
I
was in uni at the time, and we went down to and it was this theater, and it was behind. You had to walk through a Chinese restaurant to get to this. It was just a hall, and they had like just bleachers. And we watched The Exorcist on the big screen, and it was so much fun. It was so scary, but it was so much fun. It was just this, you know, very kind of rudimentary movie theater scene, but it just seemed to. It actually made it even more memorable. So I'd be all about the movie night thing.
I've got to say, there's nothing better than the good movie on the big screen, proper big screen. You know, it just takes your breath away. You get an emotion there that you don't, no matter how big your TV is at home.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, watch Ben-Hur or Spartacus or something.
Or
those big old epic.
Or the charge of the Rohirrim in the Return of the King, when they all line up the horses in Lord of the Rings. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Gentlemen, thank you for taking time out of a very high intensity week for you as we're hurling towards high-tech, CyberHITEC 2020. But glad you took the time, and I hope this prompts people out there to make sure you register.
Thank you.
For CyberHITEC 2020, and we look forward to seeing you at the next reaction video.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Sean.
Bye.